Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This is the card we're making today. It's this birthday card and it's using poppies again. It's using our poppy dies. Now this was based on the Himalayan blue poppy, and if you look it up online you'll see it's an absolutely gorgeous blue poppy with a little yellow centre, and when I saw it online I thought, oh, I want to do a card based on that. So this is my interpretation of the Himalayan blue poppy. So let's get started. Okay, so our card base here is Pacific Point, and this is a standard A6 card base. That's an A4 sheet cut in half and then folded in half. And on top of this I'm going to have a piece of Whisper White that measures 14.35 centimetres by 10 centimetres. And what I've done is I've put it through an embossing folder, and this is the Ornate Floral 3D embossing folder. And you can see to save time it's already been done. And you can see it has a lovely texture. I think you can catch like that. So let's stick this down, and I'm going to use some Tombow because I don't want to lose all my dimension by squashing it with my snail. So I'm just going to use some Tombow. Also it's quite, as you can hear, it's quite textured, so the Tombow is going to stick better than the snail. So goodly amount there, and then without trying not to stick your fingers in the glue, I'm going to put this down on top of our card base, trying to centre it as much as possible, and that will do for now. Okay, so let's set that's done now, so let's set that aside for now. And we're going to start on our poppies. Now this is the stamp dice that I use. It's called Poppy Moments. And you can see here I used the big poppy and the small one, and then this one, and then this small one, and then I used a couple of the leaves. And the colours I used were Balmy Blue for the light blue, Pacific Point, and then Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. So I've already cut everything out to save some time, and we're going to assemble it here together, the last few poppies and leaves. So you can see here they go together. Now I've got here my silicone mat so I don't hopefully get glue everywhere. And if you're not sure the way it goes, like here, just fiddle with it until, there you go, that's how it's meant to land, and then you know. And then again I'm just going to use a tiny dab here of Tombow, just not too much. You really don't need lots, but you don't want it oozing out too much, so I'm just putting a little bit on the back. And here, however hard I try, I get glue all over me. It doesn't matter what I do, which is why I've got my silicone sheet so it doesn't get all over my craft mat. And then you're just going to put it down. So there you see there's Balmy Blue and then Pacific Point on top, and there you've built your first poppy. So that's the first one, and now we've got a large one here to do together. Okay, and there again just figure out how it's going to sit, so it's going to be like that. So now I know I can again put some Tombow. Okay, glue all off, so that's good. So let's bring in, we have 3 leaves that I cut, and I cut 3 of the small flowers, and then I cut 3 of these larger flowers as well. So now we can start assembling. Okay, so we're going to bring in our card base and let's get started. Okay, so you can see here, these are the ones I did already, and you can see they're all fine. Okay. So I'm going to start with these larger poppies, and I'm going to have some coming off the edge, and this will just give extra interest. Now I'm only going to put glue, if I can get it to come out, in the centre there initially of the poppy, so it's not a lot, and that's because I want to be able to tuck. So I don't want glue everywhere, all over the poppy, and then I'm not able to lift up bits and tuck. And then you'll see at the end I'm just going to lift up where I think there's a gap and add a bit of extra glue. So I'm just building these up sort of in a little mound here. So that's what we have so far. So I'm just going to set that aside to dry for a second so the glue can set, and we're going to do some stamping in the meantime. Okay, so I'm going to need some scrap whisper white, and I've got here Pacific Point. And the stamp set is again Itty Bitty Greetings, but this time we're going to be using the Happy Birthday sentiment. Okay, so let's stamp that quickly. Down, hold and up. Lovely. Close up our ink pad. Set that aside to dry. And then I'm going to be using again the classic label punch here. And I'm going to punch out from a spare piece of Specific Point. And then I'm going to punch this out now, but as you can see I've done this trick before. I'm going to punch it to the one side. Okay, get rid of that, and then I'm going to use a piece of post-it note over my sentiment here, and then I'm going to feed this back into my punch. So we've punched our bits out, so now we're going to stick them together. I'm going to just use the Tombow again if it'll work. Yep. Okay. And we're just going to use this to mat and layer, and you just want to get it as central whoops as you can. And this is why I like the Tombow for this, because it gives you a little bit of wiggle room. That'll do. And now we're just going to use some dimensionals on the back of this. Okay, and then put that aside, bring back our card, should be dry now, or dry-ish. We're just going to cut off all this excess that's hanging over the edges. Okay, so just there we go, cut off all the excess as we've done. And then we're going to take the backings off our dimensionals, and then we're going to put this up here, I think. Okay, and I've got glue still all over my fingers, but anyway, that's what we have so far. Then I'm going to use some of these gold faceted gems. For the flower centres. Now these are retiring, unfortunately, so get them while you can. I are trying to get them used up so that I don't have a huge amount that's going to go into my stash, because if it goes into my stash I know I won't use it, because there'll be new stuff in the new catalogue and I'll want the new stuff to show you, and I just won't use up my old stuff, so that's not good. So I'm using it up as I have it. So there we go. That's the card. I really like it. I hope you do too. I think the blue poppies are stunning. As I said, if you look up the Himalayan blue poppy, you'll see it is absolutely gorgeous. And this is my take on it. So I hope you enjoyed the project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know, and don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want any information about this project, supply list, etc., it'll be on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you once again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!